Welcome back to Bull Mindset. Have you ever noticed something strange about trading? Most traders understand that stop losses are important. Most traders know they should use them. Most traders even place them before entering a trade. Yet when the market starts moving against them, something changes. They move the stop loss. They remove the stop loss. Or they refuse to accept the loss when the stop loss is triggered. Why does this happen? Why does something that is designed to protect traders feel so uncomfortable? In today's video, you will learn why your brain naturally hates stop losses, why this reaction is completely normal, and most importantly, how profitable traders train themselves to think differently. Stay with me until the end, because understanding this concept can completely change the way you manage risk and protect your trading account. And if you enjoy practical trading psychology lessons, consider subscribing to Bull Mindset. Let us begin. A stop loss is one of the simplest tools in trading. Its purpose is clear: limit risk, protect capital, preserve opportunities for the future. From a logical perspective, stop losses make perfect sense. But trading is not controlled only by logic. Trading is heavily influenced by psychology, and psychology often creates conflict. The logical part of your brain understands the value of stop losses. The emotional part of your brain often resists them. This conflict creates many trading problems. To understand why this happens, we need to understand how the human brain views loss. The human brain evolved to avoid danger. For thousands of years, avoiding loss improved survival. Losing food was dangerous. Losing shelter was dangerous. Losing resources was dangerous. Because of this, the brain developed powerful mechanisms designed to protect against loss. These mechanisms helped our ancestors survive. But in trading, these same mechanisms can create problems. Because every stop loss represents a small loss, and the brain naturally wants to avoid losses, even when those losses are necessary. This is the first important lesson. Your dislike of stop losses is not a personal weakness. It is a natural human response. The challenge is learning how to manage that response effectively. Now let us discuss something called loss aversion. Loss aversion is one of the most powerful psychological forces in trading. Simply put, people tend to feel the pain of a loss more strongly than the pleasure of an equivalent gain. Imagine finding $100. You would probably feel happy. Now imagine losing $100. The emotional pain is usually much stronger. The financial amount is identical, but the emotional reaction is not. The same thing happens in trading. A small losing trade often feels larger emotionally than it actually is financially. This is why traders struggle with stop losses. The brain focuses on avoiding emotional discomfort. Unfortunately, avoiding small losses often creates larger losses later. Now let us discuss another reason: the need to be right. Many traders unknowingly connect their self-worth to their trading decisions. When a trade works, they feel smart. When a trade fails, they feel wrong. Because of this, a stop loss feels like more than a financial loss. It feels like personal failure. The trader is not simply losing money. The trader feels like they are losing validation. This creates resistance. Instead of accepting the stop loss, the trader starts negotiating. Maybe the market will come back. Maybe I should give it more room. Maybe I should move the stop lower. These thoughts are rarely based on logic. They are usually based on emotion, and emotion often becomes expensive. Now let us discuss uncertainty. Most people dislike uncertainty. The brain prefers certainty. Even uncomfortable certainty often feels better than uncertainty. A stop loss forces traders to accept uncertainty. When you place a stop loss, you are admitting something important. You are admitting that you could be wrong. Many traders struggle with this idea. They want certainty. They want guarantees. They want confidence. But trading does not provide guarantees. The market operates through probabilities, and accepting probabilities requires emotional maturity. Now let us discuss another important factor: hope. Hope is powerful. Hope helps people persevere during difficult times. Hope helps people recover from setbacks. But in trading, hope can sometimes become dangerous. Imagine a trade moving toward your stop loss. The trader begins hoping. Maybe it will reverse. Maybe buyers will enter. Maybe sellers will disappear. Maybe the market will recover. Hope starts replacing discipline. The trader moves the stop loss. The risk increases. And suddenly, a small planned loss becomes a large unplanned loss. This is why professional traders respect stop losses. They understand that hope is not a risk management strategy. Now let us discuss identity. Many traders view themselves as successful when they win and unsuccessful when they lose. This mindset creates emotional instability because every stop loss becomes a threat to identity. Professional traders think differently. They separate identity from outcomes. A losing trade does not make them a bad trader. A winning trade does not make them a great trader. They evaluate themselves based on process, not individual outcomes. This mindset makes accepting stop losses much easier. Now, let us discuss something that surprises many traders. The purpose of a stop loss is not preventing losses. Let me repeat that. The purpose of a stop loss is not preventing losses. Losses are unavoidable. The purpose of a stop loss is controlling losses. This distinction changes everything. Many traders secretly expect stop losses to save them from losing. When losses occur, disappointment follows. Professional traders understand the real purpose. The stop loss is a business expense management tool. Nothing more, nothing less. Now let us discuss another common mistake. Many traders place stop losses in the correct location. Then they emotionally interfere later. This creates inconsistency. The trader trusted the plan initially, then stopped trusting it under pressure. This behavior reveals something important. The issue is not strategy quality. The issue is emotional management. And emotional management is a skill that must be trained. Now let us discuss fear. Fear appears in different forms. Fear of losing money, fear of being wrong, fear of looking foolish, fear of missing future opportunities. These fears influence stop-loss behavior. Many traders believe they have a risk management problem. In reality, they often have a fear management problem. Because risk management rules already exist, the challenge is following them consistently. Now let us discuss another psychological trap: recency bias. Recency bias occurs when recent experiences influence current decisions too heavily. Imagine a trader experiencing several stop losses in a row. The next time a trade approaches the stop loss, emotions become stronger. The trader remembers recent losses. The trader becomes uncomfortable. The trader starts interfering. The trader stops following the plan. This is recency bias in action. The trader is allowing recent experiences to control current behavior. Professional traders understand that every trade is independent. The next trade does not know what happened previously. The market does not care about recent outcomes, and neither should your risk management process. If this lesson is helping you understand your relationship with stop losses, consider subscribing to Bull Mindset, because profitable trading is often less about predicting markets and more about understanding yourself. Now let us move into some real trading examples, because understanding psychology is useful. But seeing how these mental patterns appear during actual trading situations makes the lessons much more practical. Imagine a trader entering a high-quality setup. The analysis is strong, the risk is defined, the stop loss is placed. Everything appears professional. Then, the market starts moving against the position. The stop loss becomes closer. The trader feels tension. The trader feels discomfort. The trader begins questioning the plan. And this is where the real psychological battle begins. Let us continue with that trader. The trade is approaching the stop loss. Nothing has changed about the original analysis. Nothing has changed about the trading plan. The risk was accepted before entering. Yet emotions begin getting louder. The trader starts thinking, maybe I entered too early. Maybe the market is manipulating traders. Maybe it will reverse at the last moment. Maybe I should move the stop a little lower. Notice what is happening. The trader is no longer following a process. The trader is negotiating with reality. And reality rarely negotiates. The stop loss is hit. The trade closes. The planned loss occurs. Now imagine two different traders. Trader number one becomes emotional. Frustration appears. Anger appears. The trader immediately searches for another trade. The goal is no longer finding a quality opportunity. The goal becomes recovering the loss. This emotional reaction often leads to poor decisions. More losses follow. Confidence decreases. Discipline disappears. A small loss becomes a large problem. Now imagine trader number two. The stop loss is hit. The trade closes. The trader records the result. The trader reviews the process. The trader accepts the outcome. Then the trader waits for the next opportunity. Emotion exists. Disappointment exists. But discipline remains stronger than emotion. This is the difference between professional thinking and emotional thinking. Now let us examine another example. Imagine a trader who repeatedly moves stop losses. At first, the adjustment seems small, 10 points lower, then 20 points lower, then 30 points lower. The trader feels temporary relief. The stop loss is farther away. The immediate emotional discomfort decreases. But something important happens. Risk increases. The original trading plan disappears. The trader creates a new problem while trying to avoid the old one. Eventually, the market continues moving against the position. The loss becomes larger. Now the emotional pain becomes even greater. This is one of the biggest paradoxes in trading. Trying to avoid a small amount of pain often creates a much larger amount of pain. Now let us discuss another example. Imagine a trader who removes stop losses completely. The trader says, "I trust my analysis. The market will come back. I will hold longer." Sometimes the market actually does reverse. This creates a dangerous lesson. The trader believes removing stop losses works. Confidence grows. Then one day, the market continues moving in the wrong direction. The loss becomes enormous. Weeks of profits disappear. Months of progress disappear. The account suffers major damage. This is why professional traders focus on long-term survival rather than short-term comfort. Now let us move into some mental frameworks. The first framework is called pre-accepting risk. Before entering any trade, ask yourself, am I genuinely comfortable losing this amount? Not theoretically, not emotionally later, right now. If the answer is no, reduce position size. Professional traders accept risk before entering. Struggling traders often accept risk only when things go well. This difference is enormous. The second framework is called the cost of doing business. Every business has expenses. Restaurants pay rent, manufacturers pay utility bills, retail stores pay staff salaries, traders pay for information, and one of those information costs is losing trades. A stop loss is simply the cost of discovering that a particular idea did not work. Once traders understand this concept, stop losses feel less personal. The loss becomes information, not failure. Now, let us discuss another framework, the one trade rule. This framework reminds traders that no single trade determines success. One trade cannot make your career. One trade cannot destroy your future. Long-term results matter. Professional traders think in hundreds of trades, not one trade, not one day, not one week. This perspective reduces emotional intensity dramatically. Now, let us move into practical exercises. The first exercise is called the stop-loss commitment exercise. Before entering a trade, write down the stop-loss location. Then, write a simple statement. I will not move this stop-loss further away. This small act creates accountability. It transforms the decision from emotional to intentional. The second exercise is called post-loss reflection. After every stop-loss, answer 3 questions. Did I follow my plan? Did I manage risk correctly? Did I execute according to my rules? If the answer is yes, the trade was successful from a process perspective. Many traders never think this way. They judge everything by profit and loss. Professional traders judge execution first. Now let us discuss another exercise, the probability reminder. Before every trading session, remind yourself, some trades will lose. This is normal. This is expected. This is part of the business. Repeating this statement regularly helps reduce emotional resistance to losses. Now let us discuss another exercise, the future trader visualization. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You are disciplined, consistent, profitable. How does that future trader respond when a stop loss is hit? Does that trader panic? Does that trader move stops? Does that trader chase losses? Probably not. The future version of yourself accepts the outcome and moves forward. Practice acting like that trader today. Now let us discuss confidence. Many traders believe confidence comes from winning. Sometimes it does. But winning confidence is fragile, because losses eventually arrive. Professional traders build confidence differently. They build confidence through discipline, through consistency, through following the plan repeatedly. This type of confidence survives losing trades, because it is built on behavior rather than outcomes. Now let us discuss trust. The real issue behind stop-loss problems is often trust. The trader does not trust the process. The trader does not trust probabilities. The trader does not trust long-term thinking. Instead, the trader focuses on immediate emotions. Trust develops through repetition. The more consistently you follow your rules, the more confidence and trust you build. Now let us discuss another important lesson. Stop losses are not your enemy. The market is not your enemy. Losses are not your enemy. The real enemy is emotional decision-making, because emotional decisions usually ignore risk, and ignoring risk eventually creates serious consequences. The stop loss is actually a form of protection, a professional safeguard, a tool that allows traders to survive long enough to succeed. Now let us move toward the final takeaway. Why does your brain hate stop losses? Because the brain naturally dislikes loss. The brain dislikes uncertainty. The brain dislikes being wrong. The brain dislikes emotional discomfort. These reactions are normal. Every trader experiences them. The goal is not eliminating those emotions. The goal is learning how to manage them. Remember this. The stop loss is not proof of failure. The stop loss is proof of discipline. It shows that you respected risk. It shows that you protected capital. It shows that you are thinking long-term. Every professional trader experiences stop losses. The difference is that professionals accept them. They understand that small, controlled losses are the price of staying in the game, and staying in the game is what creates opportunity. The traders who survive are not the traders who avoid losses. They are the traders who manage losses effectively. So the next time a stop loss is hit, pause for a moment. Do not view it as a personal attack. Do not view it as failure. View it as information. View it as risk management working exactly as intended. And remember that protecting your account is more important than protecting your ego. If you found value in this lesson, subscribe to Bull Mindset. Keep strengthening your discipline. Keep improving your mindset. Keep building the habits that create long-term success. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next Bull Mindset video.